You won't believe what happened next. Welcome home to everyone's favorite little troublemaker. As she started to heal, Xiaomi began her rehab. The doctor advised her to avoid intense activities, but she asked, "So when can I ride again?" The doctor couldn't help but chuckle, not realizing that his offhand remark sentenced her dream to a tough fate. That day, Xiaomi lay in the yard like her dad came by early to wake her up, and seeing his longtime battle comrade, Xiaomi's eyes filled with tears. Clearly, her passion for racing hadn't faded a bit. Then, she summoned all her strength to get back on her horse. At that moment, she finally wore a long-lost smile, which her dad, cooking nearby. She knew that the resilient cowgirl was back. Once fully healed, Xiaomi was eager to return to the racing scene, only to face a family united front against her. Dad stepped up like a superhero, surprisingly backing her chase for dreams despite his usually stubborn ways. Despite family support, Xiaomi's world remained full of love. In the next decade, she joined 3,200 races. She won 361 titles, fell off her horse 7 times, broke 16 ribs, and was in ICU 3 times. However, these pains couldn't stop her from chasing her dreams. That morning, she drove her brother to work and bumped into Steve, who had died. A big, handsome old horse caught her eye, seemingly waving hello to her. The trainer strolls over and told her that the horse was named Prince and had injuries that could rival hers. He sighed, "Too bad you're retired, otherwise you'd be galloping on it." Xiaomi shot back, "Who said I'm just on a 1-month injury leave?" She glanced at Prince, feeling it might be her destined horse. After getting approval, she sprinted on Prince by the seaside. Both felt like they were meant to be together. The waves crashed onto the shore as if cheering for the duo. Back home, Xiaomi immediately asked to be Prince's rider. However, the trainer shook his head. "Michelle, your hair hasn't even recovered. Your legs are too weak," he insisted. "Every part of you's injured. But I can win." Xiaomi, brimming with confidence, embarked on her journey as a rider, dancing joyfully. With her brother Steve's care, Prince became stronger, and they set out to conquer the racing world, facing many challenges. After beating countless top male riders, Xiaomi made her way to the Melbourne Cup semi-finals once more. On race day, her dad kept an eye on her as usual. When a bell rang, 9 horses surged forward. At first, Xiaomi was at the back of the pack until a rider suddenly fell off in the sprint phase. The incident opened a gap for Xiaomi, and she seized the moment to sprint ahead, claiming the semi-final top spot. But soon, she faced complaints from competitors. The fallen rider claimed Xiaomi pushed him out. Although the replay didn't show a direct link, the Racing Association favored the male rider, banning Xiaomi for 20 races, but letting her compete in the finals. Shareholders of the horse team were thrilled. They only cared who rode the horse, especially since it was a female jockey. Xiaomi asked the racecourse owner for help, but he could do nothing. Would she miss her dream again? Just when things seemed bleak, her father was hospitalized due to a heart attack, possibly knowing his time was short. Once everyone left, he said to Xiaomi, "I really always hoped you'd settle down and be happy, like your third sister marrying and having kids." But Xiaomi clearly ignored it, playfully stating she'd found her prince charming. Back home, her brother asked, "What happens if Dad passes away? And then what would I do?" "You've never even had a boyfriend." "No, you're thinking, what happens if you die? Then who will take care of Tang and my brother?" The next morning, her sister called to say their dad had just passed, and Xiaomi was frozen, and all her bravado crumbled in an instant, and tears flowed uncontrollably. But the next moment, her dad walked in. Subtitles, "Sister meant Dad returned," scaring her. Dad saw her and said, "Fight bravely for your prince and dreams. My little girl, your dad hurried home just to let you chase your dreams without distractions." A few days later, the shareholders began discussing who should ride Prince. Some thought Xiaomi should race again, but most wanted to switch to a male jockey. After all, the final 100 is purely a strength contest. No female rider ever reached Melbourne Cup finals. But while everyone was arguing, Xiaomi burst in, ready to fight for her dream. "This is a tough final. You need strength, and I'm here to tell you just what you need. Strength is a factor, but more importantly, you need to understand your prince and have the ability to read him. You need patience if you're going to think differently. Well, you're all jerks." The room fell silent. Everyone knew Xiaomi was right. Do you want to know if I can win the biggest race in the world? I'm here to show you. Eventually, shareholders unanimously allowed Xiaomi to ride Prince in the Melbourne Cup finals and leveraged connections to waive her racing penalties. The night before the race, Xiaomi was too excited to sleep when her brother texted her to get some rest. Once she stepped into the arena, her phone kept buzzing. Her dad urged her to stay calm, her sister reminded her to be safe, and her brother taught her riding techniques. The warmth from family fueled Xiaomi's dreams. Yet her odds were a staggering 1-100, with only friends and family backing her. Even the nun threw down her charitable savings of $168 on Xiaomi.